Hey everybody, I wanted to go through one of the questions on WeBWorK today. This is actually one of the toughest questions on WeBWorK, and I'm sorry you guys get this so early. It's just a little bit of a bear here. You guys see the table that I have here. It's about books read within the past year. And they give us the frequency and the relative frequency, which we're very much familiar with. There's a third column here, which is the cumulative frequency. The cumulative just means to add together all the frequencies that have happened before. So I've transferred all this data over into Excel. I had some issues with transferring it, so I've actually done this already. This should say 1 to 5, and Excel kept changing it to a date on me. I struggle with Excel sometimes too, so I just wrote it as 1.5. These are actually not terribly important in what we're doing. They're just the category, the bin that the data fell into, so they shouldn't matter too much. Okay. One of the big issues with this one is that they don't tell you the total number. If they told us the total number, man, we would just do the total number times the relative frequency, and that would give us the actual frequency. Fortunately, they didn't tell us that. They did tell us a couple of things, though. They did tell us that the sum of all these other frequencies is 33, just adding these together, and that the 33 is actually a certain percent. It is 1 minus the sum of these two frequencies. Of these two relative frequencies. So 33% actually makes up 62% of my total here. Okay, so let me go through that again. You see how this one doesn't have, these two things don't have a frequency, right? But they do have a relative frequency. So that the sum of that relative frequency is the percentage that these two would make of the total. So the sum of all of these would make the total would make the frequency that is 1 minus that relative frequency. In any case here, what we have is 33 people representing 62%. Again, I'm doing 1 minus to get those other two that missed. So if I do this, what I'm left with here is to do, let's see. So normally we do a percentage times the total to give you the part, right? So if I do the part divided by the percentage, I should get the actual total. So I believe here that the total should be 53. So I go ahead and put that answer in, and let's just hit submit so we can see that we did get that right. I'm going to use that a couple of times now. So this total, I'm getting my achievements here. This total should be 53. All right, once I have that, I'm actually going to be able to compute my relative frequencies pretty easily. Remember, relative frequency is the frequency divided by the total. That's not too bad. I can do that in all of these. I could be a little more clever and highlight things, but I'm not terribly worried about it. By the way, while I'm doing these in Excel, using Excel is great, I'm actually going to be really, really lazy here, and I'm going to make WeBWorK do these questions directly. So 8 divided by 53, 9 divided by 53, which was exactly what I was doing in Excel, by the way. 10 divided by 53. And 6 divided by 53. So you see I'm just putting them right in there. Okay, to get the missing frequencies, what I'm going to do is I am going to, oops, didn't like that. Sorry, I'm trying to do two things. Let me finish. I'll finish this table. I didn't really need to, but to get these missing frequencies, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the total times the percent. That's how you would get the part. So let's do that here. Equals this times the total. And I see it's 7. By the way, it's a frequency, so I know it has to be a nice round number. So if I'm getting anything that's not round, I know that I've made an error somewhere. 53 also had to be a nice round number. So let's go ahead and submit those answers and double check that we're getting everything right. We got all of those in green boxes perfectly. Okay, so cumulative frequency. Cumulative frequency is a little weird. I don't think there's much else that does cumulative frequency, and I won't use it a ton, but people like to talk about it. Cumulative just means add everything that happened before. So here's what we do, is we're going to do this one. That's everything that happened before. Then, on the next line, we're going to do this one plus everything that's happened before. And so now what the cumulative is really this one plus this one. If I did this correctly, I should be able to drag this down. And we see that we're adding up all of the new things that are happening. And when we get to the end, we should have recovered all of them. Of course, the cumulative frequency is 1 in the last one. And I don't know why this one is here. It's also 1. Cumulative frequency always totals to 1. So we can do a little copy and paste here. So I'm doing Control V. Oops. Sorry, something changed here. Oh, my formula changed, didn't it? Okay, this is one of the reasons why I encourage you guys to be careful when you're playing with your Excel sheets, that you don't make mistakes and don't make changes. There you go. Oops. All right, I'm just trying to finish here. I'm sorry. Now this looks really boring. All right, I got those correct. I'm getting more and more points here. I just need to come over here. Keep copying and pasting, right? Sorry, really focusing on my copying and pasting here. Here we go. I'm going to get that big green bar and I'm going to be happy here. All right, so I got all the answers correct there. Okay, again, the first and largest issue here is really that you have to be able to figure out the percentage of what you don't know and the total frequency that you do know. All right, remember, ladies and gentlemen, the goal here is 80%, so sometimes if problems are really tough, just skip them. They're all worth 1 point. You don't need them all. You can skip 5 problems on a homework set with no punishment. Okay, happy studying and keep working hard.